Amazon paid $2.5 billion for one of the things on this list. The FTC sued LA Fitness for another. Netflix has raised prices on you multiple times in recent years without you actively saying yes to any of it. And 89% of Americans underestimate what they are actually paying per month on subscriptions by over $100. Today, I am ranking every trick companies use to keep that money flowing. Some of these are just obnoxious. Some of them are, according to the federal government, literally illegal. Roach Motel. Click to join. Good luck leaving. A cancellation process designed to make you give up before you finish. In UX design, this has an actual name. You can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave. The logic is mechanical. Every additional page in a cancellation flow increases the probability that you abandon the process and stay subscribed. A Princeton study found dark cancellation patterns on over 10% of 11,000 major e-commerce sites. Some flows run 6 or more pages. Some require a phone call. For years, canceling a New York Times digital subscription meant speaking to a live representative whose specific job was to talk you out of leaving. The cancellation was not a process. It was a gauntlet. Actually predatory. It is not accidental bad design. Every extra step was a deliberate choice. But there are companies that took this concept and ran so much further with it. We will get there. Confirmshaming. No thanks, I hate saving money. Wording the decline button to make you feel stupid for clicking it. You have seen this. You go to close a pop-up, and instead of a normal no thanks button, the option reads, "No thanks, I would rather pay full price." Or, "No, I hate fun." A UX researcher named Harry Brignall coined the term confirmshaming in 2010. It works by making you feel like choosing no is the irrational option. Princeton researchers found it used across thousands of sites. But it is so visible that most people recognize it instantly, roll their eyes, and click through anyway. You are not being deceived. You are being mildly guilted. There is a difference. Mildly annoying. That was the most innocent thing on this board. Amazon Checkout Auto-Enroll. The big green button is not what you think. A checkout interface where joining a paid subscription looks like the obvious next step to completing your order. For years, Amazon's checkout placed a large, prominent button that appeared to be the natural continuation of purchasing. The option to decline Prime was smaller, grayer, positioned below it, and easy to miss for anyone moving quickly. The FTC later argued that Amazon knew millions of people were clicking into $139 a year Prime memberships without realizing it. Amazon's own internal documents called this problem, and I am quoting directly here, an unspoken cancer. They documented it. They discussed fixing it. Their analysis showed the confusing design was generating enrollment numbers too valuable to sacrifice. So they kept it. Remember that phrase. It comes back. Borderline illegal. Not technically against the law at the time, but the FTC had a very different opinion starting in 2023. Free trial. Credit card grab. We just need your card to verify you are real. Requiring a card for a free trial and designing the experience around you forgetting to cancel. 70% of Americans have been charged after forgetting to cancel a free trial. Not because they were careless, because the reminder never came. It went to the confirmation email you opened once and never returned to. The service runs on autopay. 6 months later, you are looking at your bank statement thinking, what is this $12 charge? Here's what makes it shady. The conversion rate from free trial to paid subscriber goes up measurably when companies do not send cancellation reminders. They have run the numbers. The entire product is your inertia. The free trial is a funnel. Kinda shady. Not illegal, but designed specifically around the assumption you will forget, not that you will remember. LA Fitness. You canceled your card. It does not matter. Continuing to charge customers who canceled the credit card on file to make the billing stop. The FTC sued LA Fitness in 2025. The complaint covered a lot. The impossible cancellation process, the certified mail requirement, the forms that were received and ignored. But the detail that puts them here is specific. When members gave up on official cancellation and simply canceled their credit cards to stop the charges, LA Fitness used the payment network to obtain their updated card information and kept billing anyway. People who physically cut up their credit cards were still getting charged the following month. They did not need your permission to update the card number. The payment network handed it to them automatically. Literally illegal.
This is the first one. Already bad enough. Somehow, though, it'll get worse later. Price hike emails. A friendly heads up you definitely saw. Raising the price of an active subscription through an email you will almost certainly skim past. Netflix has raised its prices multiple times in recent years. The premium plan is currently $26.99 a month. The standard plan without ads is $19.99. Each time, they notify you by email. Warmly worded. Professionally designed. You get 40 emails a day. Autopay means you never have to actively confirm the new price. You just stop noticing it. The mechanism has a name: status quo bias. Changing something requires effort. Not changing requires nothing. Even if you would cancel a $27 service if asked about it fresh, you probably will not cancel the one you already have that just quietly became $27. Netflix knows this. Half the people who cancel Netflix come back within 6 months. They have enough data to know exactly how far they can push prices and still hold the room. Kinda shady. They are not hiding it from you. They are counting on you not reacting to it. Hidden add-on subscriptions. You canceled. 3 things did not. Extras attached to your main subscription that do not end when the main account does. Your main subscription has add-ons: a premium tier, a towel service, a childcare package, something you half remember clicking on at sign-up. When you cancel the main account, these keep charging. It is not a bug. Companies structure add-ons as separate billing programs specifically so that canceling the core product does not automatically end the extras. The FTC named this explicitly in the LA Fitness lawsuit. Each add-on is an independent program with its own cancellation process and its own form. You have to hunt every single one down individually. The assumption is that you will not find all of them. One item already on this board made that assumption illegal. And the next thing I'm about to tell you is going to explain why LA Fitness has 2 entries. Actually predatory. Legal in most cases. Designed around the probability you will miss at least one. Guilt email. Even the cartoon character is devastated. An emotionally loaded email sent the moment you cancel, designed to trigger reactivation. You cancel a subscription. Within minutes, an email arrives. Sometimes from the founder. Sometimes it is a cartoon mascot looking dejected. Sometimes formatted to read like a personal note from the entire team. These emails have a real reactivation rate. Some percentage of people go back and click the restore button at the bottom. But for most people who have seen enough of them, the automated sadness is transparent. The manipulation is visible. That is why it sits where it does. Mildly annoying. At least they waited for you to actually cancel first. Gym certified mail. You can join in 2 minutes. You will need a stamp to leave. Requiring a physical letter or an in-person weekday visit to cancel a membership you signed up for online. LA Fitness required members who wanted to cancel to either show up at the gym during limited weekday hours with a printed form and request the operations manager specifically, or mail a certified letter to a P.O. box in Irvine, California. You could create a membership on their website in under 2 minutes. Canceling required knowing the gym hours, owning a printer, and making a post office trip. And when members did mail their forms with tracking confirmation, LA Fitness frequently continued charging them regardless, claiming they had not received the form. Postal tracking said otherwise. This is before the credit card update. This is just getting to the door. Borderline illegal. The FTC thought so too. Pause instead of cancel. You did not leave. You just took a nap.
presenting a pause option at the exact moment you try to cancel. You click Cancel. A screen appears offering a pause. Just take a break. Your account stays ready. Come back whenever. It sounds reasonable. But the pause ends automatically, and the subscription resumes without you reconfirming. Research shows most people who accept the pause option do not come back to cancel when it ends. The moment of intent passes. Life moves on. The charge restarts. The pause offer is placed precisely at peak cancellation intent to redirect it into something that still keeps the subscription alive. It is a detour, not a door. Before we get to the last one, the average American thinks they pay $86 a month on subscriptions. The real number is $219. Every single trick on this board is part of that $133 gap. Kinda shady. You technically chose it, but it was placed exactly where it is for exactly this reason.
Amazon Prime cancellation flow. Click End Membership. You will not end the membership. A cancellation process so deliberately complex that Amazon's own employees compared it to reading Homer's Iliad. The FTC filed suit against Amazon in 2023. Their complaint described the Prime cancellation as 4 pages, 6 clicks, and 15 distinct options. Screens listing the benefits you would lose, prompts to reconsider, offers to pause instead. Pages specifically designed to exhaust your intent before you reach the actual cancel button. An FTC commissioner described it publicly. You click End Your Prime Membership. It does not end your Prime membership. It begins something Amazon's own employees internally compared to reading the Iliad. Amazon had identified the problem. They analyzed it. They calculated what simplifying the cancellation would cost them in lost memberships. They chose to keep the complicated version. The case settled in 2025. $2.5 billion. $1 billion in penalties. $1.5 billion back to consumers. About $51 per person. Literally illegal. They documented their own wrongdoing, then kept doing it anyway. That is the board. In October 2024, the FTC passed a rule that would have made most of what you just saw illegal going forward. It was called Click to Cancel. The rule was essentially one sentence. Canceling a subscription must be exactly as easy as signing up. 2 clicks to join, 2 clicks to leave. Same platform. No extra steps. It passed. 7 days before it was supposed to go into effect, a federal appeals court struck it down. Business groups, including the United States Chamber of Commerce, successfully argued that being required to let you cancel easily was too much of a regulatory burden on companies. Congress is now trying to pass it as a law instead.